Good morning, everyone. I'm Nadia Foster, and we're here at Jarvis Booster Children's Gallery at the Barbados Museum and Historical Society, where it celebrates the importance of play and bringing learning to life. And to show me around, I'm joined by Kevin Farmer, the Deputy Director here at the museum. Kevin, the Children's Gallery is opening from today. What are people going to expect?
People are going to experience an exhibition like no other on island. It is completely interactive. You can touch everything. There's a nice use of modern technology as well as mechanized technology. Kids can learn here what a surgeon has to do, whether they're fixing a heart, removing a cataract, dealing with earwax, repairing a broken arm. They can get to touch our touchy boxes and figure out what are they feeling. They can get to smell particular things and decide, is that a smell that I know or is it a smell that I don't know? They can learn about the human body. They can explore the ideas of how we see things differently, whether normally through magnification or see it how a fly sees it with a couple thousand lenses. At the same time, kids can build stuff, see how it works. They can play with gears and manipulate gears to actually see how things work. They can build particular items out of paper. We have a kind of a wind tunnel, and they can play with that and see if they actually can fly. And then, of course, they can learn also about the chattel house, how it's constructed, where it began. They can actually cut out and design their own chattel house based on what we have here. So these are but some of the things that they can come and explore at Explore.
Yeah. What does this particular one do?
Okay, this teaches you in a way what a doctor might do, a surgeon might do, in this instance about a heart transplant. So you touch your interactive, it asks you a series of questions that you then have to answer, and depending on it tells you what you've got right or what you've got wrong. Oops, you've made a mistake. 5 out of 6. Change your correct answer. So of course you need to remember what it is you answered. So you've gotten all correct, and it then brings up the human body. So choose your tools and equipment. Not that, definitely those that will aid you in actually performing heart surgery. And then it asks you to let's start the operation. Yep. Brilliant. And then, excellent. Scalpel, and it guides you what you're supposed to do. Now come back out and go again. Left to right or right to left. Try it one more time. So you remove it.
And replace it.
Replace it. Replace again. There you go. Remove the sterling spreaders. And now you've got to sew them up. And unfortunately, you ran out of time, the patient died. But guess what? You can play it again.
Well, what I didn't tell you is that we got a sneak peek of this a couple days ago.
Okay.
I came here with some of my colleagues. And of course, Jewel chose the heart transplant, the hardest one.
There you go.
I must say, the patient lived.
The patient lived, okay, yeah. That's good.
And we are surgeons now.
You're surgeons now,
yeah.
See, there you go. So here you can put your hand in. Can you guess what's in here? By feel. So that deals with, tactile learning. And also here as well. And if you don't know, you can actually just peek inside to see what it is. But you don't peek first. You try to guess first. And then from there, you can go over to magnifying material. So we can look at various items under magnification. There's some stuff here on slides that you can also look under magnification. You might even have a 25 cents in your pocket, and you can look at that under magnification. You can see how a fly sees. A fly has 4,000 lenses in its eye, so you can look through here anywhere around the gallery and see the multiple images that a fly would see. And of course, kids like to dress up. And here, first, put on a hairnet, put that on, put on a helmet, and decide what career, or guess the career of the particular headdress. But the important thing is, in the time of COVID, we're doing time tours. So persons can call the museum, book a time tour. After that tour is completed, our staff will come through, sanitize the area, and then we'll have the other time tour after that. So one doesn't have to worry. We are following all the COVID protocols, ensuring not only safe distancing, but ensuring that the touch surfaces are clean after each visit. So here we're talking about how you listen, how pitch and tone is created. And of course, what better way to do that than using the only instrument created in the 20th century in the Caribbean, in Trinidad, but the steel pan. But also, everyone remembers tuning forks. You can actually see how the tuning fork works on oscilloscope. So you got your tuning fork and you hit it on a particular material. You can see how the waves will change. Teaching you about pitch and timbre and how sound waves actually can be seen using an instrument. Now, for those who might be interested in construction, we might ask you to build something. And you decide how you want to build it. And then, of course, if you're a really good builder, then it should stand up to minor tremors or an earthquake. And this is where you test it. So it starts off slowly, and then it increases in movement. So far, my steeple is holding on to the foundation on which it has been built. And that's also because I only built it at one level. But the building is coming apart. But there you go. So teaching kids how to build stuff. Over here you can actually cut out and create a chattel house. You get to customize your chattel house as well. I even talk about how the chattel house came to be. Where does the word chattel come from? How old is it? And that's extremely important. Now, we all talk about renewables and recyclables, but do we understand how much energy it might take to power a single object? So here we've got a recumbent bicycle as well as a hand crank that you can use to power these various exhibitions. And of course here, if you've got any budding aeronautical engineers, you learn how to cut out certain things and see if they will fly using our wind tunnel. And who doesn't like gears? And here you can put gears in various formations and actually see how they work. And here we take a look at renewable energy. So we keep talking about it, but the children actually know how renewable energy is actually produced. So for this one, using these discs, they get to place it where they think wind power might be, where solar energy would be, and then they test it, and if everything is correct, it will light up totally green, and we know that they understand the concept of what renewable energy is. How does the exhibit cater to children with different abilities? In multiple ways. You might have those children whose learning is done kinesthetically, which means that they have to actually physically touch in order to learn something. That's possible here. Depending on the severity of the learning style or learning ability, we actually can have sit-down classes with the teachers to decide which of the exhibitions they will focus on when they come and visit. So we can actually offer a bespoke educational tour for children with learning disabilities. That's why we have an education officer on staff. So I would always say for kids with learning disabilities, please call the museum at 538-0201. Ask to speak to Ms. Kay Hall, who's our education officer. And in doing so, we can begin to tailor those particular exhibits towards the child's learning ability.